On.
Do you remember why you got out of bed this morning? If you're like me and thousands, probably millions of Americans, it was the thought of that fresh, warm cup of coffee in your hands. But if you come to a standstill with the normal cream and sugar and they just aren't doing it for you anymore, I'm here to help you. I will be showing you how to make a vanilla hazelnut iced coffee. Hi, my name is Becca. I'm 16 years old and a 6-year member of the Great Plains 4-H Club. I've been in the Foods and Nutrition project for all of the 6 years of my 4-H education, and I have enjoyed coffee basically all of my life. Today, as I said, I will be showing you how to make the vanilla hazelnut iced coffee. I learned how to make this a couple days ago, and I would like to share that with you today. So the utensils you will need today are some handy measuring cups and spoons, and then if you have a milk frother, then you can use that. The froth is totally optional if you don't have that frother, but they're just about 11 or 12 bucks at your grocery store, so they're very handy and very fun to use, so you should go buy yourself one. Next we'll need some brewed coffee, and then we'll need hazelnut syrup, vanilla, sugar, and I have some in there, and then you'll need milk. You can use skim milk or whole milk. During the frothing process, the whole milk usually has more volume to it and is easier to use in that process, but I enjoy skim milk more, so that's what I usually use. Today I'll be using whole milk though. And then you'll also need some ice in your cup. And that's all you need. So to begin, you're gonna brew your coffee, and I have this right here, and while it's warm, not to get all sciencey on you, but while it's warm, the molecules and atoms are moving faster so things can incorporate. If you wait until it's cool, then things won't be able to incorporate as well. So we have our cup of brewed coffee right here. Then we're gonna add our 2 tablespoons of hazelnut syrup. I'll add it right there. And then we're gonna add just a little bit of vanilla. I just usually add a splash, but the technical is 1 teaspoon. Then, since this is sugar-free syrup, you can add up to 1 tablespoon of sugar. I don't like to add sugar because it's too sweet for me, but other people in my family would like that, so I'll add it for them. And then you can just mix it together with a straw. Alright, so that's all set, and you can put that in the fridge, and I usually wait 2 hours for mine, but just however long it takes you for that to completely cool down so that the ice cubes don't melt in it and dilute everything. So next, we're going to move on to the foam. And like I said, it's totally optional if you don't have this frother, but I highly encourage you to go get one because they're very enjoyable. Before we start with the foam though, we should get our cup ready to put the foam on top of it. So I have this chilled coffee right here, which is the same mixture as this, just cooled in the fridge for a little bit. So I'll pour it in here. And I have found that a 16-ounce glass works perfectly. You can't really see in there, but it has the perfect amount of space on top for the foam with the amount of ice in it. So then if you would like to, you can add a little bit of milk to this just to make it pretty, because who likes the black coffee down there? Then I'll give that a mix with the straw. Now we'll move on to mixing the foam, and we'll just set this over here for now. So for the foam, you're gonna need a 1/3 of a cup of milk, and like I said, you can use whatever milk you like. This is whole milk. I would usually like to use skim milk though. And then a teaspoon of hazelnut syrup, and you'll just put that in there. I would usually use this little guy right here as the container for this, but I thought I would use a cup just so that you can see the inside of it. So I'll put it diagonally in there and press down, and it's gonna mix it horizontally. So you want to move it vertically up and down so you get all those layers. I looked up a little trivia about this, about coffee in general. And apparently there are claims that it can lower all sorts of risks. So I'll just read those off for now because they seem fun. It can lower your risk of cancer. It can lower your risk of having a stroke. You won't have dementia. You won't get Parkinson's, and you won't get type 2 diabetes. So I'm just here to fuel your addiction, and I'm using excuses to fuel my addiction too. So I think this is about done. We'll just wait a little bit longer. There we go. And once you're done, you're just gonna lift it out, and I will clean that afterwards. But we have our froth milk here, and I'll just tap it down, and I'll mix it around so that any milk that's left will mix in with the froth, and it'll all be froth and bubbles. So now we take our amazing mixture right here, and we take our hazelnut froth, and we pour it right over top. And we create a beautiful froth right on top. All right, then you just put your straw in there. And if you want a little bit more hazelnut in your mixture, you can mix it around. But that is the vanilla hazelnut iced coffee. So I hope that if you haven't woken up and had a thought of a hot or iced coffee in your hand, that tomorrow morning you will wake up and be craving this vanilla hazelnut iced coffee. Thank you.